played in Hungary for two teams. Started in a small team in Budapest for 1 year, and then I moved to a bigger one, and I played 10 years there. I made it to the first team when I was 17, and there was no more action for me in there. So I had a loan spell for half a year, half a season in the second division, which went really well. Played for under 21s, and I had a trial in England that summer, 2007, and I succeeded, so I came over. It was hard, but at the same time it was very exciting. I always wanted to do that, I always wanted to play in England, so for me it was an exciting part. He's a top professional. I've said it many times, probably in the Hungarian newspapers as well. Obviously, I'm in a situation where I'm playing at the moment, and he keeps. If I ask him any advice, he's happy to give it to me. So, and I think I would be stupid not to use him, because he's got so much experience and so much knowledge of this game. So, I think we have a good professional relationship. Yeah, I think I can tell. I can tell that obviously when Gabor Király, who played in Crystal Palace, moved to England, they start broadcasting the English Premier League in Hungary, and in the same year, I think Bolton was doing very well. They finished on the top half of the table, and they got to Europe. So, and then I remember UCS playing very well that season. So it was a good influence on me. And since then as well, I've been training with him for the last 5 years. So it's just so much to learn from him. Yeah. So many. Obviously I can name a couple in Hungary as well. I have many good coaches. Goalkeeping is it's a different kind of job, and therefore it's important to you to have a great relationship with your goalkeeping coach. And I was lucky enough to have a couple of goalkeeping coaches that I had really good relationship and learned a lot. But also I could name other coaches who helped me in my career, and also the ones who didn't really help, but it made me tougher and made me want more. And obviously in England, I've started with Fred Barber. He was at the club, and he's got some idea about goalkeeping and the way he trains keepers. So I think it made me tougher. And also at the moment with Phil Hughes, we've been enjoying the work together. So yeah, obviously it does kind of sport, or any sport, and particularly I think goalkeeping is kind of like a individual sport. I think in a team that you need a good relationship with your coach, and that could bring you success as well. I think it's pretty much the same. I've spoken to all the keepers and my goalkeepers who've been, when they were younger, they didn't really have goalkeeping coaches that day, because they weren't specialized, I think. And then it's getting more and more science behind it as well, and they try to talk more about goalkeeping. But at the moment, I think it's the same. The goalkeeping coach has the same role as in here, so there's no difference. Well, I don't know if this is a trend or it's just how it happened, like accidentally. But I think personally, I thought Premier League is one of the leagues where the oldest keepers can play, because we have so many examples of like Brett Friedel, or even UCS Kalainen, or well, I can't say he's old, but he and so much other, like Van der Sar last year. So I think the experience they're gaining is just vital. It's so important. But also, as you said, there's a trend. There's a couple of keepers who were younger, like Mignolet in Sunderland or Krul in Newcastle, and hopefully I can name myself as well. And I'm sorry if I left somebody out, but yes. But if you see Germany, for example, you would be very surprised, because in Germany there's so many young, even under 20 playing at the moment. What's the reason behind it? I don't know. I've never really thought about it. I don't really want to think about it. I just want to enjoy my time and playing as long as I can. I don't know the other teams, or at Bolton we have the guys, you know, they do the analysis on. I don't think it's a secret that I think every team does it, you know, to get prepared for the teams they play against. So they help me on seeing penalties, but also, for example, and especially when you play against United and big teams, it's always televised, and you can see where he shot the last one, or where he scored the last one, and then sort of like just trying to make up your mind and decide which way you're gonna go. Obviously, the IT guys, they have us collect those informations if I ask them to do. United experience was something incredible. The players, the quality of the players was amazing, and also I could name Chelsea, which they really hurt us that day, me as well. And but again, we managed to win against Liverpool. The side is just, they have some quality, but that day I thought we were a better side, and Arsenal. Very incredible to play these teams, and because they have so much quality. The biggest influence was on me at the moment I can think of is Van Persie. We finished 0-0 against them on Wednesday, but the way he touched the ball and the way he does things is just incredible. I could name more players, but at the moment that's the freshest experience. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think the ambition is to stay up at the moment, because we are in a hard situation, and try to play as many games as I can, try to focus on all the games and play as good as I can. And internationally, I'd like to go to the World Cup with Hungary, and I think we have a chance if we are concentrated and we are focused on what we need to do, because there's a good bunch of lads there who's I think we are getting better as a team. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I do believe it's not down to organisation, and obviously they say money as well, but to put the money to the right way and for the right reason, that's the main important, and get the right people to organise these kind of things, and step by step. Maybe not to that height in the next 10 years, but. Yeah. But I believe we can go to the World Cup, and if we are focused and do the right thing as a team, and then hopefully the people in the association, the football association, will do their job as well. Yes, he's a very nice guy. He's genuinely, I think he's a top professional again, very nice guy, and very helpful. You know, I have a really good relationship with him because we are in the national team at the moment, and I managed to play 4 games in the national team, and he's been a big help for me from the beginning. I never really felt anything bad from him, and for me he's just, again, he's a great influence, because he's been, when I was younger, he was the one who played in Hertha Berlin and then Crystal Palace, so you could see him. He was the one who was the most successful players of Hungary, and it's just to know him and work with him is just something very, very good. Yeah, I think it just go down to the early days when it used to be very bad pitches in Hungary, and then obviously it was not, you couldn't really play in shorts, because then you would get hurt, and I think the history behind it, he had a black trousers, tracksuit bottom, and for some reason he got a grey one, and they start winning, and since then he kept it as a superstition, good luck charm, yes. Yeah, Ali Al-Habsi, I think, just been, we had a good relationship. We call each other after games and talk about stuff, but also I could name, you know, in Bolton with all the goalkeepers, you have a really good relationship, and obviously I try to, there's quite a few Hungarian keepers around in England, and 4 of them, so I regularly speak to them as well. I believe there is. We have some friends from Hungary who they live here, and then we always have friends. Not many, a couple of girls and guys, and we have a good time. But we also friends with other people as well, like from England as well. Probably, yeah. No, it was always in me. I happened to dive and get muddy a lot. That was something I really enjoyed, to get muddy and diving around and so on. I think my father just first of all went to school, and then I played handball. I don't know if you're familiar with the sport handball. I think it's the second sport in Hungary. So I've done it, and then when I was 9 years old, I had the chance to go to a team, and then my father just sort of asked me if I wanted to, and I said yes. And then so from on I did both sports together, and then football got a bit more seriously, and then I stick to this. But my dream was to play in the Premier League, to win the Champions League, or win the English Premier League. It's something you still have to do. I've done the first part, and I would like to keep it going. Yeah, I've named already. Gabor Schmeichel but I think many keepers will say the same from my age. That he was when I was young, when I was 12 or 10 years old, that he was the biggest keeper, and then obviously the other reason behind it is because they were in the Champions League. That was on TV in Hungary, so you could see him and then you could pick your favorite, and he was my favorite. Oh yeah, it's not like I'm not like a fan anymore, or not. I don't really support any teams anymore. But a little bit differently. I look at players like professionally, and obviously I really admired Van der Sar last year. But at the moment I could name Joe Hart and Rudy in Norwich. I think he's been brilliant so far this season. Well, I could name so much good goalkeepers at the moment, but these 2 goalkeepers at the moment, I think is really impressed me. Well, I don't know. For example, in Hungary, just a couple of months ago, they said like we have a problem in goalkeeping wise, because Oh yeah, you see, for example, Polish keepers are everywhere, and then in Hungary used to be very top keepers. And then it changed. Now they don't really say that, because then there's another guy who started playing Olympiacos. I know I've been away from the topic, the English goalkeepers, but I just try to explain the situation that he started to play, I started to play, then the other guy started to play, and then suddenly they stopped. So I think it just is going like this, and then maybe in 2 months' time or half a year's time, there's going to be another keeper, another English keeper coming through, and suddenly there's going to be 3 or 4 keepers on the top again. Exactly. But I do believe there's no problem. You can see Joe Hart or even these 2 guys in front of me at the moment, top players, top keepers, and I could name many more in the English leagues. So I can't see that. I think the media is more cautious. Keepers are good targets. Yeah. Before the game, drink 3 pints of beer. Definitely pack of cigarettes.
6, okay.
And girls. By the way, that's how they used to play in Hungary, I think, in the old days. No, I think advice, yeah, learn, definitely. I mean, just in the school as well. Learn and also try to learn from everybody. You can learn from everybody. Even you think he's maybe not as good, you know, but you can still learn from him. Any coach, just learn and yeah, keep your dream.